Good evening, one and all. It is the Toon Review YouTube channel, and tonight I'm joined by fellow horseman Baz as we look forward to the biggest game since 1966. It's England against Italy in the Euro 2020 final. I do apologise if my glasses are steaming up. I just can't see nothing at the minute because my living room's like a sauna at the minute. But we will crack on anyway. Baz, how are you doing?
I'm good. Very good. You?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to the final tomorrow. A lot of people seem to have been drinking since this morning. It's gonna be wild tomorrow, isn't it?
It is. Even the cricket showed it's going to be wild because a lot of them were singing the England tunes for 30 minutes. They were all singing "Oh, take me home."
I know.
30 minutes straight. It was brilliant. I loved it.
I mean, even my kids wanted England shirts this morning. It was bizarre. Went up to the sports shop up near Durham, and that's where I got my strip. I wasn't going to get it. I just basically went in, I seen it, and I thought, oh, why not? I'm going to get it anyway. What? And then, of course, the trolls came on and said, oh, you said it was too expensive. I mean, all I did was say it's a disgrace how expensive it was. I didn't say I wasn't going to buy it. You know, these people just jump on the bandwagon as soon as they can. I mean, I noticed you've had a good argument again today with someone who I've blocked, but it's good fun reading your comments anyway.
Honestly, it is like a few old men in the pub, isn't it? Complaining about the price of beer while drinking a pint of beer.
Exactly, which is what you do. You complain about prices and stuff all the time. It doesn't stop you buying it. You complain about the price of a PS5. People still buy it. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's just the way it is. It's mental. But I mean, my kids have never done that before. Never sort of. We were all crammed into my mum's room on the other night watching the semi-final because I was on a watch along with Peter, and it was so delayed. I was watching it through my app on the computer. It was so delayed. So of course we all just piled into my mum's room for the second half and extra time in that. And the kids were so into it, and that's never been the case before with me. I've never had the kids just so into it. I mean, my eldest, she's going out tomorrow, to the pub to watch it. But my other two were wanting England shirts. They can't wait for it. Phoebe, my daughter, who's only 13, she's been playing the Neil Diamond song, and it's crazy. It is. I mean, I don't know if your little one's old enough to realise what's going on, but for me, that's the first time that I've taken my kids to the Newcastle games before. I've taken my little son had a season ticket with me last time we had one, but this has caught them just so amazingly well, and they just can't wait for it tomorrow night. It's bizarre.
That's fever pitch. It really is. My little boy is only 2.5, so he hasn't got an absolute foggiest idea of what's going on. So he's in bed before the games even kick off, unfortunately. Yeah. But seeing the kids doing the school videos, the pictures, it's coming home from the skies, using drones and things like that. The creativity that's on Twitter is amazing with school kids and everything that's going on with the teachers. So more for it. I mean, there's a guy I talked to, you've probably seen him on my channel 69 News, of the ex-professional boxer. Doesn't like football, but he's right bang into this because it's England and everyone wants our country to do well. It's patriotic. We're probably the only country that does that, aren't we? I don't like rugby, but when we play rugby, I support England. Yeah,
Rugby World Cup. Yeah, it's all the same thing for me. You catch on to this ongoing snowball, don't you? And it's gone mad. It really has gone mad. I mean, I've never been as excited for a football match in a long time as I am. I mean, I know we've moaned and groaned about the way England play sometimes, but the fact is we're in the final, and it's the first time in a lot of people's lifetimes that England have made a major tournament final since '66. My grandparents used to go on about '66. My mum and my dad and stuff like that. They were kids back then when it happened. It's incredible, just how everybody has been galvanized by this England team. And we've had goes at Gareth Southgate, etc. But you know what? He's done good.
He's done but proud. He really has. And I was one of them as well, especially the Scotland game. Thinking, what the hell's he playing at? It was a terrible match to watch. But when you're playing a tournament, when you're in this kind of stages of it, it's not about attractive football. It's about results. And this is what we keep saying about Newcastle a lot of the times, isn't it? We don't want to see attractive football at the moment. We'd like to, but the results what matters. And tomorrow,
especially when you're battling relegation, yeah,
exactly. But if we play dog crap tomorrow and win, I don't care.
No, exactly. It's all about that final score at the end of the day. Even if Italy dominate us for 80 minutes of the match and we sneak a win, I don't care. It's a win. And the scenes will be incredible, not just at Wembley, in pubs, clubs, fan zones, people's houses. There's going to be nobody on the streets tomorrow because it is literally fever pitch. It really is. And come 8 o'clock tomorrow night, everyone's going to be around the TVs that can't get to the game or isn't going to the pub or whatever. Even Tesco. I mean, I don't know whether you've seen that. Tesco have let all the shops close at 7:30 tomorrow so they can get back for the match, which is incredible. A gesture from them. So it's just all caught on. If you do enjoy the show, people, if you can just smash the like button for me, as it does help build the channel. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And also, Barry's got a channel as well, which is Baz's World of Sport. I'll put the description down below. Some great content on there about mental health, Newcastle United, and his Channel 69 News show, which has just kicked off, which is fantastic. So go and check that out. And also, obviously, super chats are there if you want to donate to the channel. That would be great. Just hit the $sign at the bottom of the live comments. We have got a few comments coming already. James says, do you really think Italy are the side that people try to make them out to be? They struggle to get past Austria and Spain in the knockout stage, whilst England just look to be getting stronger. I think Italy have played quite well. I mean, they've certainly surprised me, Barry. I didn't have Italy to get anywhere near the final.
No, nor did I, but Mancini's done the exact same thing as what Gareth Southgate's done. He's got the team playing as a team. He's took them back. He's organised them well. And they have got threat up front, haven't they? They've got pace up front as well when they need it. So I think it's all fallen into place for us. Yeah. It just feels it's fallen into place for us because we've had no injuries other than Foden, I think, sit out for tomorrow. But we've used our subs well. We've used the squad well. Everyone seems fresh. And that helped us against Ukraine because we battered them in the second half. And it helped us against Denmark going into extra time. They couldn't get anywhere near us because they were knackered and we weren't. So,
well, the thing is, I was screaming, and a couple of others were as well on Peter's watch along for substitutions the other night in the semi-final. But when I look back now and I see how Southgate managed it, I thought to myself, wow, you know what I mean? I've criticised this guy for no reason. He knows what he's doing, so just shut up and let him get on with it. He's got a good coaching staff behind him, which obviously communicates with them all the time as well. And it's proved that it's just grown and grown in fruition throughout the tournament. It's been awesome. Chipper says, I think this is our best chance to win something. Will we ever get a better chance? By the World Cup next year, surely other nations would have improved. If we don't win tomorrow, we never will. I'm not sure about that, Chippers, because I think we've got a very, very good young squad coming through that can compete for quite a few years to come. I don't know if you agree with that, Barry, but I just think, the kids he has coming through and that he's involved in this tournament, I think it can only bode well for England and grow stronger.
I think our squad looks excellent. The only thing I'd be worried about is Harry Kane's injuries and getting older. Is there another top-class striker like him in the Premier League coming through? I mean, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's there. Wilson's 27 as well. Do we really have another world-class striker after Kane? And that's probably a bit like Spain now. They don't really have a world-class striker, and look how poor their finishing is. That could cost us in the future if we don't see another Wayne Rooney or a Harry Kane come through. Yeah, definitely. Keith says we will never have a better chance of winning the Euros. Come on, England. Good evening, Andy. Hope you're well. Happy Feet says, does the shirt in the intro change per season? Yes, it does. I just need to find out who can do that for me again this season. I think I know the man to do it, but that will change in due course, yes. Andy says, I think Sterling and Saka are going to have the lives of that defence. I seriously doubt their backline will contain them for 90 minutes. This is the thing for me, Barry. We've got two very, 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 very experienced defenders in that Italian backline, but they are over 35. They're not used. They certainly won't be used to the pace of Sterling at all. Coming at them from this tournament, and obviously Saka on the other side. If he decides to go with Saka, that'll be interesting to see. But we've got the pace to do them. Yeah, I think he'll revert back to 5 at the back like he did against Germany. I really do. I think he'll go with those tactics. He'll keep the game tight for as long as possible, wear the Italian defence down, and then you'll unleash players like Sancho, Saka, Sterling. Say, look, go at them, run at them as fast as you can, but you'll keep it tight for as long as possible, and then hopefully it'll play into our advantage.
Yeah, that's what we've got to. I think you'll go 5 as well. I think that's the right move to make as well, just to shore up, because if we don't concede, then we've got more chance of sneaking a 1-0 or 2-0 or something like that. Billy, good evening. I look at their side and I honestly think we will have too much energy. England will win, possibly with extra time needed. I don't think I would take extra time. I really don't want it to go to extra time. Chipper says, I've heard John has a half England, half Italy shirt, and has changed his name to John Cornetto Sinclair. He's going to get hammered tomorrow night on the watch along. He really is. Happy features, Paul. What do you think of Southgate taking Grealish off last match? I was a little surprised it wasn't Sterling, but then again, on the flip side of it, I've heard other pundits say, well, Sterling still had the pace. He was still running up and down the field towards the end of extra time. So that's football, in my opinion. Gareth made a tough choice there, a very, very tough choice to bring Grealish off. But he did it, and England still won the game. And Jack Grealish probably isn't very happy about it, Barry, but he has to accept that's just the way football goes sometimes.
Yeah, but I think if you look at when he came off and the way he sat in the stands and still cheered the team on, there's no big heads in this team like there used to be back in the day when we had Gerrard and Lampard, Scholes, all those clubs at each other's throats all the time. There's a unity together this time, which I've never seen in an England team in my whole generation. So I think he took it well. I think he doesn't care. The team won. We're in a final. He's got a chance to come on and make a difference again and be a hero in the final. So
definitely,
it's all good to me.
Yeah, he wasn't kicking off or anything, was he? Just sat down and he was smiling, and I think
you understood it. You understood the tactics behind it. I mean, I was a bit shocked, like you said. I thought Sterling, because he'd been on for so long and he's played every single game, I thought Sancho would have come on for him in extra time. But again, Southgate knows what he's doing, so we've just got to trust him. Yeah.
Can't wait for this game, says Keith. Really excited about it. Carol, football finally today or tomorrow? Well, it'll be come home tomorrow.
There's one tonight.
Is there?
One tonight. I am nervous about tonight. 1:00 in the morning. I thought it was Monday morning, but it's actually tonight.
Oh, Copa America.
Yeah, Brazil against Argentina. I'm nervous for that game because I want Argentina to win that, Messi to score the winner, and then he is the GOAT. No one can say he's not done it at an international level, because that's the reason everyone says Ronaldo's better than him. And I'm just going to throw it back in everyone's face.
Yeah, you do that. You do that. I'm going to sneak in. It sounds like you've got a sneaky bet on Baz.
Argentina have scored 11 goals in this tournament, and Messi's been involved in every single one of them.
Well, there you go. There is the man there. He's putting his claim out for Lionel Messi. Paul says, thoughts on the new NUFC shirt with a sewn-on badge compared to the Rangers shirt badge, which is embroidered on. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not
thoughts on it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's grown on me. The more I look at it, I quite like it. I've tried it on. What I will say is, if you're going to buy the new Newcastle United shirt, make sure you go for a size up than you normally are, because it's a little bit snug fitting around the shoulder area. That's just because of my massive muscles and stuff. But obviously, try and go for the size up is what I would recommend. But I actually quite like it. I think it's starting to grow on me. It's one of them that when you see with the players with it on, it kind of looks okay rather than just hung up on a hanger somewhere. So yeah,
there's a couple of things I want to point out with it. There's two conspiracy theories going around. The four in the middle is because it's been 4 years since Sunderland in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Then it's about the 4 people who are trying to get the takeover done. And then they could have been really clever, though. If you put a black collar on it, what number does it turn into?
A 9.
A 9.
Alan Shearer. Well, there you go. Oh, God almighty. Tony says, one of the things this Euros has highlighted to me is how much the Danes are bad sports and bitter. Yeah, I mean, some of they actually started a campaign to, get the game replayed and stuff like that, which was just, I mean, that's never going to happen. But they're out and they've got to accept that. If it was a penalty given for the same thing at the other end, would they be twisting and saying, we'll not have that penalty? Let's just play on. My arse would.
Schmeichel's fault anyway, isn't it? He shouldn't have opened his mouth in the press conference.
Exactly.
He was bound to get shit thrown down his mouth.
And he should have pushed the penalty away instead of straight back to Harry Kane. So there you go.
Exactly.
Billy says, I've been critical of Southgate, but I have to admit I was wrong. He has managed the squad and the tournament perfectly. He has learned from Russia. The extra time the other night was perfection. There is a clip on Twitter, Barry, about the last, I think, in the last 5 minutes of extra time, when I think there was 50-odd passes between the England players.
I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, I was screaming on the watch along, cross the ball, get another goal, finish it off. But, you know, when you look back after the game, you kind of think, well, you know, they kept the ball, they did the right thing, and they were calm. They saw it out nice and calmly. There was no panic. And that's just what you want from your national side when you're in that situation. The new NUFC shirt is disgusting, says Happy Feet. The collar is just wrong with the rest. Fair enough. Everyone's going to have an opinion. Hi, Biggie. Good evening. Evening all. I was past myself with worry on Wednesday night. Any coping tips for this time tomorrow night? Baz, the floor is yours for the Mr. Miyagi out there to the Newcastle and England fans out there. Tell us how to cope.
Drink yourself into a coma.
That's pretty much what everybody will be doing, I think. I've got no doubt about that. Let's just say that probably the biggest hangover that England has ever seen could be on Monday morning. You know, the amount of people.
I was watching the semi-final with the missus and I've only watched a few football matches with her because she won't watch football with me. She's a football fan. She supports York City. She loves it. And I said, all right, I'll watch the game with you. And I was just a jumpy jack. I was edging my seat. I was throwing it back. I was flipping the legs up. I was going about the room, back in the room. And she just went, I'm never watching a game with you again. So I said, all right, we're watching the final together then.
It's awful. It's terrible. It's terrible. Hi, Paul Barry. Hope you're well, says Dave. Good evening, Dave. I am confused, says Rajesh. Okay, you be confused, mate.
Confused. Is that because Pakistan got beat again?
Probably lost again to England. Billy says, really, really impressed with the fitness of the squad. Just watched the 66 final, and Alan Ball ran non-stop for 120 minutes. Walker, Sterling, and Phillips did that Wednesday. Yeah, I know. You know, there is going to be comparisons made to some of the 66 winning team to this team. That's natural. You know, with it being the first time we've been in this position since 66. And I know it's not the World Cup, it's the European Championships, but hey, it's a major tournament, and this is the first time in my lifetime, in your lifetime, Baz. It's possibly the only time we may have this opportunity to see England win a major tournament, and that's why we're all so up for it. Les says, what will win the dive count tomorrow, England or Italy? I think the Italians will be play acting from the word go. I do think they'll try and get at England by that way.
Depends. If Italy go 1-0 up, they'll win the dive count because that's what they're good at. If we're 1-0 up and we bring Grealish on, we'll win the dive count.
Well, yeah, whenever Grealish is on the pitch, without a shadow of a doubt. Paul says, forensics out with a foot injury. I think he meant Foden, but his predictive text has taken over there. Dave says, we have not been out of third gear, so I hope we go for them. The defence is beatable. Yeah, this has been common in a lot of the England fans, you know, throughout the tournament, Barry, is that the build-up is too slow. But then again, we can keep saying this till the cows come home. But I think England will not change the way they play because, let's face it, we've conceded one goal the whole tournament. We're in the final, and the tactics have worked, whichever way you look at it. We might, as fans, find it frustrating, but you know they know what they're doing. Yeah,
I do find it frustrating at times because it feels like it's watching Newcastle, isn't it? When they pass the ball down the back four.
Yeah.
The only thing that really, really frustrates me, and he needs to stop doing it, is Harry Kane coming to the back four and taking the ball.
Yeah, that
because when you look up, you get the ball wide, and then you look to swing it in the box. There's one player in the box. It's either Saka or Sterling. Kane should be there. He should, because he's the only central forward. He should be playing on the shoulder of the last defender. Looking to get in behind. Yes, he is very good creative, but then we've got midfielders to do that. He wants to be on the end of things. He needs to score goals. Just stay up there, mate. Stay up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it does. I've mentioned that a few times when he comes too deep. I mean, there was one time in the semi-final he was along with the back four. And I just don't understand that. We've got the players who can bring it forward, so Harry doesn't need to come that far back. Get in the box and get on the end of the crosses. Just get the ball out wide, get the balls in, and you know Harry will do what he does best. Hope it comes home tomorrow, but will it transfer into next year too, like Spain 2008 and 12, for example? Listen, the World Cup is going to be very strange next year in Qatar. So, we'll just have to wait and see. In my opinion, Italy are the better team. Pickford in defence looked shaky near the end of the Denmark game.
His distribution got a little bit poor, didn't it?
Yeah, he was kicking it out a lot. But having said that, I don't think the defence
looked immense, though, hasn't he?
He has.
Kyle Walker had the best game of his life, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I just feel very, very confident with Stones and Maguire. I think John Stones has improved so much under Guardiola at Man City. You know how there was the odd mistake every game in John Stones, but now he just seems so reassured on the ball. He just gets rid of it when he has to. He doesn't keep it longer than he has to. And Harry Maguire, for all we take the mickey out of him for having the turn circle of an oil tanker, etc. He has been immense since he's come back into the team. Yes. Nothing's got past him. He's been strong as an ox. And, sometimes you don't need the pace. Sometimes you just need a football and brain and be in the right place at the right time. And Harry's done that. And then, obviously, Luke Shaw on the left-hand side has been fantastic as well. I just feel confident in the England defence. And this is where a lot of people said that we would fail in this tournament was because of the defence. And it's actually been our better area on the pitch.
I think with the defence, we probably would have failed if he hadn't have played the two defensive midfielders. So the reason why we look so good and assured is because the two defenders are very confident in Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips. They trust them to fill any gaps and any holes if they make a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people raised their eyebrows at Phillips. I didn't. I've seen enough of Leeds through the Premier League season to realise how good he is. And he will potentially play for a top 6 club next year if they can afford them. Basically, his price tag's probably about 50, 60 million.
I mean, wait till Euros are finished. It's all going to kick off in the transfer market, especially if England win the tournament. The likes of Phillips are going to be, on top of a pedestal, and the bids will come flying in. It's going to be very difficult for Leeds to hang on. But, Leeds are quite capable of getting the money in and then getting someone even just as good. Arum says, when is the final? It is Sunday. But obviously over where they live, it's 3:00 in the morning when that game kicks off. Oh, dear me. I don't envy you guys out there at all. Sentry says, get one with a fun delete. Oh, I think it's Jones effect. I don't know what he's... Evening, Trolls. Hope you're well.
Oh, no, he's talking about...
the sponsor on the Newcastle shirt. Oh.
No, Graham Jones effect.
Oh, the Graham Jones effect, right. Yeah. Well, he has. Ryan says, I like our yellow away kit. Lucky 65 quid.
What?
We pay he's talking about Chelsea. We pay 135 for each of our kits. That's
ridiculous.
That's insane.
DH Gate, £19.
Yes, but the problem is, Baz, they don't go higher than a 2XL. I've mentioned this before. It's very difficult for someone 6'5" to get into a 2XL. It's like a crop top. It's like them women wear, then they play beach volleyball. It just doesn't. It's not a good sight. But Castoria do. They do cater for the taller men and the larger men. So I'm quite happy with that. But like I say,
135 quid. Would you have been happy for that?
No, mind you, on DH Gate they are selling the home top, and they do have a couple of other shirts on there. There's like a blue shirt with a dark blue stripe in through the middle, which I think could be the away one.
Top, I think.
Or there's another black one as well. Or it's a blackish grey I've seen tonight. But again, it's all speculation until they actually get released. Chipper says, I will have my brown underpants on tomorrow, or they will be full time anyway. Nice one. Thanks, Chippers. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking Italy 3-2. I have zero faith in England to win, since it's tradition for England to disappoint. Yeah, but we haven't been disappointed in a final because we've never seen them there.
Exactly. You've seen semi-finals.
Yeah. And they've got over that hoodoo now with the semi-finals. They're in the final. So, be what may, we've still had an absolutely tremendous performance, a tremendous tournament. Everyone's saying hello. I love the way they have a private conversation in the comments. They do
it all the time. It's cool.
I honestly think the best England game was Panama. It was like watching WWE live. I think that was 66 when they played Panama and they were kicked to hell. I think that's what he's on about anyway. That Spurs kit is crap, says Ryan. Okay, fair enough. Gary says,
the Spurs away kit, it's horrendous.
Yeah. Gary says, Paul, what about when Harry Kane went down in the box? No penalty given for that, mate. To me, that was a definite penalty. Yeah, I mean, you could say it was a penalty, and we were unlucky not to get it. But listen, over the years, right? You talk about over the years how much England's bad luck. You talk about what happened with Beckham, what happened with Frank Lampard's goal. Sol Campbell's against Argentina twice. Come on, we're due a bit of luck anyway. And the Danish can go off and cry into the bacon sarnies or whatever they want to do. But the fact of the matter is, they lost the game, and they wouldn't be kicking off. If it was given at their end, they'd turn around and say, "Oh, we deserved a bit of luck." England do deserve a bit of luck, no matter what anybody thinks. We have been shit on for tournament after tournament after tournament in the past. And finally, look at Maradona's hand of God. We would have been in the final. We would have won that tournament in '86. As far as I'm concerned, we'd beat Germany in the final because that was a tremendous team we had in '86. And I think they would have gone on to win it. But hey, Maradona's little hand of God came in and that was it. And it ruined the whole thing for us. Ibicky says, referees have been generally very good this tournament. Just typical. The one we got on Wednesday was terrible. Another Dutch referee tomorrow, apparently. Here's hoping he's decent this time. He is a Dutch referee tomorrow, but I really haven't had any complaints about the referee. And there's been some very dodgy sendings off, I have to say. But when VAR's re-looked at them, they haven't given them as refereeing errors and they haven't been rescinded or anything. So, I just like the way that the referees have tried to just get on with the game. They book when they have to book. They go to VAR. The VAR's dealt with within a couple of seconds, and the game is on. It'll be very interesting to see when the Premier League starts again, Barry. If the Premier League have actually learned anything from this tournament as to how to use VAR that way.
You would hope so, because the way they're using it reminds me of how they use it in cricket. It has to be a clear and obvious mistake before it can be overturned. And like they said with the Sterling penalty, he got hit twice inside the box. So they can't say it wasn't a clear and obvious mistake not to overturn that as a penalty decision. The Harry Kane one, it wasn't given because it wasn't clear and obvious. It looked like he kicked his own foot, or he put his foot in the way of the defender very cleverly.
I thought he kicked the back of the defender's leg.
Yeah.
When you look at it,
it wasn't a clear and obvious mistake, so it wasn't given. So they've used VAR brilliantly, and like I've said many times on many of our shows, they use it brilliantly abroad, but the FA decided to try and do it their own way, and it's been shocking. So they do need to learn a lot of lessons.
Yeah, I think if they use it the same way as they did last season, there's going to be a lot of backlash for it this time. But again, we'll have to see what happens. Andy says, hi guys, Paul, do you think Southgate is the wrong man for the job? No, I did say, early doors, I criticised Southgate, and I think a lot of people did, especially the Scotland game. I think the Scotland game was it was awful. It was terrible to watch. It was terrible to sit through. But look, the man has got us to another final, and you can say what you want about the draw opening up for us. We can't do anything about that at the end of the day. If teams get knocked out, that's not England's problem. That's the country's problem who got knocked out. England can only go out there and win the games and keep going and progressing, which we've done. So for me, Southgate has managed, since that Scotland game, I think Southgate has probably looked at the backlash. I think he will have read, he will have picked up on that, and he's done something about it. He's reevaluated stuff, Barry. He's had a look and he's done things a little bit differently to the Scotland game, and it's paid off for him.
Yeah, not just that. He's changed his tactics and his formations to suit the team he's playing against. And how often can we say that about our own manager? Never. He plays one way and one way only. Yeah. So he's done a brilliant job. And yeah, the Scotland game was shocking. It just didn't lacked a lot of passion in that game. I thought it looked like Scotland wanted it more. Sometimes that happens in football. We didn't lose. That was the main thing. And then we went into the last game and all the fans were saying, we need to do this to finish second. We need to do this to finish third. No, win your group. You've got to beat the best teams to win a tournament.
You're going to have to play these teams eventually.
Exactly. We've had to beat Germany, and a very good German team, regardless of what people say. They don't have an out-and-out striker. They're still a very good outfit, and everyone fancied them to win the tournament. And we played them off the park. We defended well and beat them 2-0. What more do you want?
Exactly. Andy says we've got a 100% record in the finals. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do, yeah.
Hi, Billy. Have you done your vid for 69? Oh, he's talking about your show there.
I don't think he has yet because he's not sent me it yet.
Shocking. Hans says the game will be tighter than an ant's anus. Oh, God. Oh, I've just seen his name, Hans Schmeller. Oh, God almighty. Don't know why everyone is predicting such high scores. It'll be penalties, lads, 0-0 or 1-1. Billy says, feel sorry for the jocks. They've supported 6 teams in this tournament and none have won. He is hoping for 7. I know, it's pathetic, really, the way they've gone on. Tony says, Denmark were gifted 2 goals, one against the Czechs from a corner that wasn't, and one against us with a soft free kick, and a goal which should have been disallowed. So there you go.
It was a free kick all day long. I'm not having that. Shaw was hugging the defender. It was a terrible free kick to give away. I was shouting at the TV at that point, going, "What the frigging hell are you doing?"
I know. It
doesn't really matter him to do what he did, though.
Yeah, it swings and roundabouts. Not yet, Dave. Still golf going on until tomorrow morning. Happy Feet says, "Are you watching the York game?" I will be watching it online. Because. York have decided that it's members only for that game, which I think is absolutely shocking. And Baz, you should personally go around to that new ground and kick off in that reception area.
It's COVID decision, wasn't it? The government, it's not been opened up yet. If it would been a week later, it would have been all right. But it's still within those COVID guidelines, you see. So it's screwed. Yep.
Les says 7 out of 8 games at home for a tournament that was meant to be a celebration of Europe. Do you agree that holding it in one country would have been better? Probably not with the COVID situation. I mean, we all know, the next Euros is going to be in Germany. It's going to be back to normal. One country is going to hold it. Look, this year was just a crazy year. Obviously, nobody expected this COVID thing to happen. And obviously, for the tournament to be cancelled last year, then to play it this year, they've had to do what they've done, is spread it around. I think Baku was probably a not so good decision to have it in Baku because there was the games that were played in that ground, there was no atmosphere. How can you create atmosphere when you're 25 miles away from the pitch? When you're in the front, that is the only ground that you can possibly sit in the front row and still need binoculars to see what's going on the pitch. I just think it's the worst ground ever for any kind of atmosphere. So very, very disappointed. But I think, when you look at Bucharest, you saw the stadium full. The atmosphere there was absolutely jumping for the Hungarians. It's been in Italy. It's been in Russia, Spain. It's been all over. I think it's been, it has been a celebration of European football. And, we know that the stadiums in Spain and etc. would have been full had it not been for COVID. But Wembley is going to be full tomorrow. And it's going to be an incredible atmosphere. I think when those national anthems are sung, it'll be incredible. What I would like to see is obviously when the Italian one's played is for it to be respected. I quite like the national anthem of Italy, actually. It's very catchy and it's very bouncy. But I think it's going to be incredible, absolutely incredible. Keith says Southgate has done very well. Good evening, Joshua. Hope you're well. Good evening, Harry. Keith says, hope it doesn't go into extra time. I just don't think anyone could hack extra time. I think the nerves would be completely ripped apart, Baz.
I think it'll play into our advantage, though. Like you said, with the old Italian defenders, the run out of legs, we can bring our faster players on. We could end up dominating the extra time and winning it that way. It'll kill me because I'm nervous as it is anyway, but you've got to think about the gameplay and the tactics. It could fall into our advantage.
I just can't wait. Tomorrow's going to be brilliant on Twitter and stuff like that because there's going to be so much excitement. People will be out drinking from the minute they get out of bed. Jade, who's on this channel, she's already out drinking now. I think she's never stopped drinking since the semi-final, to be honest. These young guns can do a lot bigger than us, Barry, unfortunately. Our days are over for that type of thing, being parents and stuff. But, we've been there, done that, worn the T-shirt, but never for an England game. I mean, I remember World Cup '90 in Italy, sitting in the Durham Ice Rink bar. I was only 14 at the time, but the bar was full, and it was just an incredible atmosphere. Everyone's jumping around, and you've got to create that, even in a family environment. Everybody's sitting, screaming, cheering on. And I'm really looking forward to sitting with the kids and my mum tomorrow night and watching the game and, getting all that excitement and I mean, I'll be on a watch along at the time as well. So, you know, it's kind of crazy.
I couldn't do that for the final. I don't know how you can do it. I just know.
Seriously, I mean, it's a good laugh. You know, you're on there with your mates and you're screaming at the telly, and it's a good laugh. It's a good laugh. But some people, you know, I mean, people come on the watch along, they'll watch it and watch the game at the same time, and it's a good laugh. Bella over in Germany, good evening. Hope you're well. I wonder who Bella's going to be supporting tomorrow. I hope it's going to be the English.
I think so. Being a Newcastle fan.
Yeah, but she's got a couple of nationalities, hasn't she, as Bella? So, you know, you never know. You never know. Dave says 60,000 fans in Wembley, but we can't go to York. It's bizarre, isn't it? It is crazy, though, when you think of it that way. You know, you can have 90,000 in Wembley tomorrow, yet we can't go to a ground that holds, 4,000 people? It's I don't know.
A bit more than that now, I think.
I like the new stadium, actually. It's quite nice. I did like Bootham Crescent, though. It had a bit of a history to that, didn't it? But it was crumbling to the ground, though.
Definitely.
But I've been to York loads of times, and it's I love going down there, to be honest. And I will be popping down on the school holidays to see you. And
I was sitting in the home end when we got beat 2-1 off them in the friendly. Remember when McLaren was in charge?
Oh God,
Geelong. I was sitting with Claire's dad. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm watching.
No, you know, everybody. The thing is, when you go to these games and you're a Newcastle fan and you see the lads come out and you're proud as punch, and you think, right, go on, just show them what you're made of and show them how good we are, and then you lose to them and you think, my God, what am I doing? It's mad. Sensi says, right, that stadium is like set for an Olympic TV crew. I think they're talking about Baku there. Yeah, I mean, I hate the running tracks ones. I hate them. Do we really think we'll win, or are we deluding ourselves? We always mess it up one way or another. Well, we do in semi-finals, and we have done in the past, but not finals. This is new territory to everybody, Baz, and we've got to take the chance.
Yeah, we do. We really do. We've got to stay positive, because if we start thinking we're going to lose, we will lose. So let's just stay a little bit positive for a change.
Yeah, exactly. Today I have match England and Italy. Yeah, well, it will be the day where you are. So hopefully it will be coming home, as to speak. Just seen another article for a Newcastle signing. Christopher, is that?
Ake?
That's him from Celtic, isn't it?
I think so.
Spelled it wrong. Wish we would actually sign someone.
It's a Jer, isn't it?
Look, we've been, I mean, Christopher Ayer, we've been in rumored to sign him for, Christ, how long now? Since the window opened. So, you know, it's, for me, if it comes off, it comes off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's going to be. Have you come closer to the camera, or is it just my eyes?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just come closer. Yeah, just.
You were quite blurry at the start again, but you've cleaned up again.
Was it?
It's weird that. Senshi says, right about Captain Kane needs to stay up and save those legs. Yeah, he just needs to get on the end of the balls. That drunk guy last game falling over at Wembley was so funny. Not a penalty shootout. Did you see that one? He was
quite the guy who knocked the. No, was that in Wembley? Was it?
Yeah, he had no top on, and he was quite a larger-than-life fella.
He fell in the
and he lost his balance, and he rolled about 4 rows in front of him. Honestly, but that's.
There's a better one than that. Have you seen the one on Twitter where the guy was in a pub and he was walking back to his seat and he pulled the lead out of the back of the TV as Harry Kane was about to take the penalty? Knocked the whole thing off for the whole pub. Whole pub were absolutely fuming.
Oh my God. I'd have killed him. The Italian anthem is a thing of beauty. Won't stop the knuckle draggers booing it. Culture isn't their forte. That's a good point. He's back again, Mr. Schmeller. Did you see the banner the Italians had in Spain in the Spain game saying, stop putting pineapple on pizza? Hope to see that again tomorrow. I'm sorry, but I do like pineapple on pizza. I quite like a ham and pineapple pizza. Yep. I'm a big fan of the pineapple. It's people's choice, Paz. It's people's choice. Chippers says, can't wait for the match, for the watch along with Peter and the lads tomorrow. Like, John will get roasted like a hog. I mean,
will John be available? He might be strapped up to someone's bed after his date. Well,
I know he's broadcasted on Twitter again, hasn't he? Honestly, like,
yes,
everything he does, he puts on Twitter and saying, like, John, you know, it's your private life, mate. It's. I mean, I know I put on about mine last week, but actually, to say that it's probably a good thing to see. You know, he's a good man, and you know, you can tell he's excited about it. So it's good for John. So that is a question. If he'll be on the watch along tomorrow, we'll be tied up in somebody's dungeon. He says, I honestly don't know about the tired legs argument anymore since the Croatia game at the World Cup. To be honest, look, tired legs. You know, it doesn't matter. It's a final. You forget the tired legs. The adrenaline takes over, and you give it your all. Whether you can't walk at the end of the match, it doesn't matter. It's a final. You give it everything you've got. Tony says, booing the opponent's national anthem is moronic in the extreme. If nothing else, it gets them pumped up and is incredibly rude. It will. If the Italians hear the national anthem get booed, that is, you know how passionate the Italians are, you know, about the country, the flag, and the anthem. You know, it's going to be very, very interesting to see if it does get booed. I hope it doesn't. I really don't. Paul, you're watching with your family. Means you can't shout "Army bloody balls" at the TV when Kane misses. I can. I can. Yeah, exactly. Take over or winning tomorrow, says Les.
Take over.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few polls of Newcastle fans for that, and it's always come out as, you know, it's got to be it simply has to be the takeover. You know, we as Newcastle fans, for all those non-Newcastle fans watching, you know, we've been through the mill for nearly 15 years now, and you know, we've seen England reach a final. I mean, the ideal scenario for Newcastle fans is both. You know, for England to win the Euros, and there's no reason both can't happen as far as I'm concerned. So let's just wait and see. Senshi agrees with me about the pineapple. Yes, sir. With ham, it is so nice. Les agrees with me as well. Pineapple, love it on pizza. So, you know, the Italians can get lost. Jones says, see, we are linked with striker Matthew Hope, 20-year-old. Never seen that. Chipper says,
just very quickly.
Yeah.
Because I know someone in a group and blah, 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 you know, you can believe this or not, but no transfers will happen until August. The staff are still on furlough. Nothing's going to happen in July. They're going to wait for the arbitration to finish. We won't be signing any players until August. Forget about the paper talk for the moment. It's Willock, Azure, and maybe a loan player if the takeover doesn't go through. The takeover goes through, Willock, and it could be anyone. So let's just wait and see what happens.
I mean, it's just like we are going to be linked to players. It's inevitable we're linked to players. And there will be talks going on behind the scenes. You know, even the potential buyers of Newcastle will have a hit list they want to go for. You know, they won't just go in blind. But the question is, will the takeover be done before the transfer window shuts? If it happens, that's very doubtful. We may have to wait till January before they can bring any more players in. So, you know, we just have to wait and see until people are actually standing on the pitch holding the shirt. But the only person I want to see in the middle of that Newcastle United pitch is Amanda Staveley with her husband, waving a black and white bra out, saying, you know, we are here. This is your club again. We've done it. And that'll, you know, they'll be dancing in the streets of Newcastle if that happens. Chipper says, the thing I will say about booing the national anthem is whenever England gets booed, nothing gets said. I know, but obviously people have opinions on national anthems, and we know when you go abroad to passionate places like Italy or Spain and things like that, they boo. You know, or the whistle, don't they? It's not boos, it's whistles, which is the same thing. Hansi Schmeller says, used underwear for sale. Anyone interested? DM me. Oh dear.
He's on the job now, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Andy says pineapple is Satan's infection.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Well said, Andy.
Happy Feet best pizza is sausage, bacon, and cheese with thick stuffed crust. Okay. Well, I've just had barbecue chicken pizza for my tea tonight.
Oh no, can't do that again. Barbecue sauce on a pizza tomorrow. Now the Italians are going to be upset with you.
Come on. Chip says pineapple on a pizza is as wrong as John having a wet dream over Joe Linton. Oh God. You should do a book on Ashley. A book? Do you mean a betting book or a novel? Because writing a novel about Mike Ashley is going to be the most boring thing for anyone on the planet to read, to be fair.
It'll be 2 pages. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Keith says, I love pineapple on a pizza. Hansi Schmeller says, I do love a stuffed crust too, stuffed with a scent of crotch. Oh. Tony says, pineapple on pizza is like a macam in Milan. Doesn't bloody belong there.
That's a good one.
Holding the NUFC scarf, hugging out Adidas kits, talking about Stevie on
they
the
were the
pitch.
best. They were the best kids.
They were, by far. Maybe it's again one day. One day it might happen. Pineapple on pizza is like Bruce is a personal trainer. I love pineapple, but not on a pizza, says Dave Harrison. Chipper says pepperoni or barbecue chicken is the better pizza. And T-Bone says, I'm an Italian Juve supporter, but love the passion of this channel. Looking forward to the game tomorrow. Good luck, guys. Thank you very much, T-Bone. Barry, obviously you said you're going 5 at the back tomorrow. What's your team?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you. I don't think he'll change much. Like I said, just 5 at the back. He'll make one change. Probably Mount maybe might be dropped for Trippier.
Right.
To go 5 at the back.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have Saka, Sterling and Kane up front with the 2 holding midfielders. Then the 5 at the back. You've got Walker, Stones, Maguire, Trippier and Shaw.
Well, what you'd probably do there is play Trippier on the right, wouldn't you? And move Kyle Walker into the centre 3, and then Luke Shaw on the left side for left wing back. So it does work, and I think I have a feeling that's what he'll do as well, Baz. I think he'll go with that formation simply, and then see how the game is, and maybe in the second half. We may have to change it up if it's not going our way, but if it's going our way, then we just leave it as is. There's no need to change it then. So he probably will do that. I'm going for exactly the same as you. I think that the back 5 is perfect. Then you've got Phillips and Rice, and then you've got Sterling, Saka, and Harry Kane. For me, I don't know. Saka for me is he offers. He's got a fantastic future. Don't get me wrong. I'd probably rather see Sancho there, if I'm honest, or even Grealish on the right hand side. But we'll see. I mean, Saka probably doesn't deserve to be dropped. But for me, I'd just rather see Sancho. I think Sancho's got a lot to offer, and we haven't seen the best of him in this tournament. But again, it's people's opinion, isn't it? And it's going to be that way until the kickoff and seeing who have we got. Chipper says, I wouldn't mind seeing Amanda and Ebra in the centre circle. Les says baked bean and pineapple pizza. Baked bean. Wow. Happy Feet pineapple should be on a pizza, but the one thing that shouldn't be is jalapenos. Also, it is jalapeno. Is it jalapenos or
jalapenos?
I'd say jalapenos. Me, I've never said jalapenos.
I can't have them on a pizza. They don't agree me when they come back out.
The old toilet roll in the fridge.
Ring sting.
Yes. Pepperoni for me, says Terry. Paul says Italian players are like pizza. They go down like dominoes. Paul says, will the Horseman be on a session tomorrow? I don't actually drink a lot, to be honest. I might have the odd bottle of lager tomorrow night, but I'm not a big drinker myself. I'm not sure about you, Barry.
I've got 24 bottles of Bud in the fridge.
That answers your question right there. I know John Sinclair doesn't drink. Peter will definitely be drinking tomorrow on his watch along, but that's what makes it more funnier, really. Ryan says, I'm going 2-0 with Kane getting his golden boot. He's only 2 away. I'd love Kane to smash a hat-trick in tomorrow just to rub it into everybody, including myself, because I was criticising him the early doors. So I'd love him to, just shut us all up. Nobody's agreeing with that pineapple, with that baked beans on the pizza. Paul says, Walker has been great defending this tournament, but offers nothing going forward.
He's a defender. He's not meant to.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter tomorrow because I think he'll be in a back 3. So,
exactly.
Nobody is quite understanding Les's comment about, rightly so, really. Rightly so. Baked beans, sprouts, and pineapple is a lovely pizza, says Billy.
Oh, he's definitely taking the piss. He's taking the mick. There's no way he eats that. I know, Billy. There's no way he eats that.
Les says nobody remembers years ago Heinz released a pizza with baked beans. Did they?
Did they?
Oh, no. I've got a comment here which is paragraphs long about HIV and stuff, so I'm deleting that comment.
Okay, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Hans Schmeller's back again. I wouldn't mind a pizza. I wouldn't mind a pizza that's I wouldn't mind the pizza that's Stavely like. Oh, dear God. For the Papa John's Cup,
yes,
get one.
Papa John's is the best pizza ever.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Chipper says, I'd rather Joe Linton shit than a pineapple and baked bean pizza. Okay, fair enough. Right, Baz, before we end the show, this is it for you. Prediction time. England, Italy, Euro 2020 final, 8 o'clock kickoff, Wembley Stadium. What is the score going to be, Baz?
It's going 2 ways.
You can't go 2 ways.
No, we're either going to win it in 90 minutes, 1-0 with Harry Maguire header, or we're going to win it in extra time with a Harry Maguire winner.
Right, so you're going to Harry Maguire winner either way. Yeah. I'm going 3-1 England in 90 minutes.
In the final?
Yes.
Well, I suppose it was 4-2 in the last one we were in, so you
never know. I don't care, really. I don't care what the score is as long as we win. I really, really do not care. Because if we win that, then it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. Ryan says chocolate pizza. Happy Feet says baked beans and pineapple is a good combination since it would drop down your arm. It'd be like getting a handy from Bruce. Oh, dear. Billy says, if I ate that, I'd outfart Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes. Dear me. Joe says, great show as always. Take care, gang, and have fun. Paul says 2-0 England. We scored twice in second half against a tired Italy. Chippers just says it's coming home, lads.
He's been saying that for the 2 weeks, hasn't he?
He has. Keith says 2-0 England. And Hans Schmel says England will tomorrow. I can smell it in the air. Sniff it up, lads. Right, that's it from me and Barry for tonight. It's now just to go and see out the rest of tonight and then enjoy yourselves tomorrow, whatever you're doing. And then obviously it's the big kickoff. If you want to see a watch along, head to PD Proudlocks channel and you'll see about 10 of us on that watch along tomorrow night. It should be an absolute great laugh. Some people will maybe not have the heads on correctly after a few drinks, but some will. So it should be a fantastic occasion anyway. If you're watching it in the pub with your families, whatever it may be, just enjoy it. This doesn't come around very often, and hopefully the lads can go out there tomorrow and give us a fantastic night and bring it home. But until then, from me and Baz, we'll see you on Monday night for the Horseman Show, and hopefully it'll be a celebratory Horseman Show with England being crowned Euro 2020 champions. Until then, take care, guys. Be strong.